Hi there, this is Stefania. I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to spend a moment to walk through some of our financial worksheets in order to create a business plan. Now, financial worksheets are often the part of the business plan that people dread, but it's very important to have them because a lot of financial institutions who may loan you money or grant providers do require these. So, although it can be a bit painful, it'll be worth the effort in the end. So the first step is to do our revenue projections. And you can see that there's actually three different steps here. There's the revenue projections, the pro forma income statement, and the pro forma year one cash flow. So imagine that in this first year, people are running a business, and maybe it's a business that exists, and they want to put in what their revenue is going to be for the first year. And maybe for the first month, they know for a fact that $10,000 will be that what that number will be. Now imagine if every single month the business intends to grow at 20%. So then I'd advise to just put in a formula. So you say equal $10,000 multiplied by 1.1. And so then you'll see that it will grow by 10%. So if you think that this business is going to grow by 10% every single month, then you can have these numbers play out. So we now have a revenue of 213,843, and this will help us define the incoming pro forma income statement. So your pro forma income statement basically shows how you'll manage money. And you can see here that the sales and cost of goods sold, they actually pre-populate for you based on a 65% cost of goods sold automatically. Now, if you're in a service business or something else, your cost of goods sold may be very different from a 65%, or retailers, your cost of goods sold may be more around 30%. But essentially, what this part of the worksheet does is it helps define how you plan to spend your money. So, just to kind of take it at the top line, say advertising. So, imagine that you think you're going to run a Google AdWords campaign, and maybe it's going to be $1,000 a month of budget, and you know that you have to pay your agency $5,000 a year to run it. So that's 1,000, sorry, that's 5,000 plus 12,000, and that's 17,000. So then we go through all of the different expenses, automotive, your mortgage, your rent, repairs and maintenance, telephone, etc. And it's also helpful to write where these numbers came from. So you're not just pulling them out of the air. These are actually kind of educated guess type numbers. And then finally, we have the pro forma year one cash flow. So essentially, you can see that these pre-populate based on the revenue coming in. And then, of course, you have owner investments, loans, and grants. So that's showing your cash in. And then you want to show your cash out, which will be coming from your pro forma income statement. Now, the reason why these don't automatically populate is because we don't necessarily know the flow of which how the numbers will flow, right? So for example, we said that the advertising rate was going to be 1,000 a month. So I could just say, oh, let's put in, 1,000 a month, and we'll just copy that through the rest of the year. So let me try that. And then maybe, we want to say, okay, and then we pay this agency at the end of the year. We're going to use cash-based accounting in this case. And so we're going to say 5 at the end of the year, and that's what it looks like, right? But if you're, say, in a seasonal business, maybe your budget will be different. And maybe in month one, it would be maybe, 2,000. And then over the summer, which might be month 6 and 7, maybe you'll have a zero budget just because there's just no demand at that time. So what your cash flow statement is going to end up telling you is how you manage cash, and it actually gives you a lot of education in terms of when cash outlays can happen, for example, and it will also give you education into your break-even point if it is within that first year. So I hope that this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.